AITA for telling my mom's husband I never considered asking him to walk me down the aisle. I'm 25F engaged right now, and as you can likely tell from the title, my mom is married to someone who isn't my dad. They got married 4 years ago, and they started dating 6 years ago. I was actually living in another country at the time studying overseas. I only came back home briefly for the wedding, and only came back officially last year. So I haven't spent much time with my mom's husband. But being truthful, even if I had, given the age I was when they got together, I wouldn't see him as my dad, parent. Which is why he stunned me by telling me he wanted to give me away at my wedding. He told me he looked forward to doing it for all 3 of his girls. He has 2 daughters and a son, so I guess he counted me, and was excited at the thought of me being the first he gives away. I didn't like the way he worded it, giving me away, or the fact he approached me about this when he had no hand in raising me. But my mom loves him, so I was kind, said it was a sweet offer, lovely gesture, but I wasn't very comfortable with that, and we could figure out something else for him to do if he wanted to be more involved in the wedding. This was met with him questioning why I'd say no, and him saying he thought I would be happier to have him do it. He said given I have no father in my life and grew up with no close adult males, it made sense. I pointed out to him that I had my mom who raised and sacrificed for me. He was like, yeah, but she's no man, and I told him I didn't plan to have a very traditional wedding, so mom doing it wouldn't be strange at all. He genuinely never considered the fact I would ask mom, and he became very emotional when I brought this up. It was a mixture of embarrassment, sadness, and frustration, and he was word vomiting all over the place. It got on my nerves because he was clearly not okay with me saying no to him. He told me he should have been my first choice, and it made no sense that he wasn't when he's the only father figure I have. I told him I never considered asking him once for the very reason he's not my father figure, or my parent, and that role goes more to a parent generally than a parent's new spouse. He looked so offended and told me the fact I never considered him a valid option stung. He told me I couldn't have his money then. I asked him what he meant, and he said he had been expecting to pay, that mom had mentioned money. I told him that was nothing to do with him. It was money mom saved for my wedding as I was growing up, that she had saved long before him. I told my mom what happened, and she was so embarrassed he acted that way. She said she'd talked to him, but I got a text not too long after from him that reminded me I had hurt his feelings and offended him. AITA?